It's me, Percita, and this is Percita's Paradox. It's Tuesday. We are ready to get this week going and super excited about it, I hope. How have you been? I hope well. I had a fantastic weekend, and I'm looking forward to a fantastic week. If you are new to this channel, thank you so much for joining me. I greatly appreciate you, your time, and giving me the opportunity to come and speak to you today. And if you are an OG, you know the rules. As usual, thank you so much for joining me, because without you, this channel is simply not going to be popping. Currently, we are popping, so let's continue to like, share, make a comment, subscribe, do all those other good things, and get this channel out and crack into the masses. Why? Because we live our life authentically here, and we want you to share your life authentically with others. So let's talk. Today I wanted to come to you and really talk about what it's like to have your past kind of haunt you. And what I mean by that is that so many times we try to move ahead and we really are doing extremely well, but there's something within our past that we are still dragging with us. It could be things along the lines of guilt. It could be the idea of not really understanding why you did it or not really forgiving yourself about it. It could be just the idea of others' opinions kind of holding you back. I want to talk today about really understanding yourself. So the topic is understanding yourself. You have to always be very conscious of the fact that the things that are in you and within you and you have actually endured, no one else can really understand. You can try to explain it. You can try to write it down. You can write a book about it. But the truth is that there will always be that critic who completely believes that you're either remaining that person or you're just basically putting on some sense of front to perpetrate something that you're not, or you will just, never be enough for them and you won't make them happy. All of those factors play the role in identifying if you really understand yourself. What I've come to the conclusion about me and my life is that it's really about me believing in me. And the more I have always tried to lean on others to give me some sense of belief system or to give me some sense of validation or accolade or anything of the sort, I always notice that it usually is not something that really helps my situation mentally. Meaning, plenty of people can feel as if I'm doing fantastic, but if I don't feel like I'm doing fantastic, it really does not work. And when I think of my past, it typically pulls me to not even think about the good stuff about my past, right? I mean, do you actually realize that the mind is so intense that it literally only thinks about the negative? So when you're thinking about your past, you don't think about all the things you've accomplished or where you are now or what you have pursued and actually accomplished. You tend to think about the things that you weren't able to fix or the unwise decisions that you made or how you felt in that moment. And what I want to talk to you today about is really trying to get past that and understanding yourself in the self-belief of letting that stuff go. We talk a lot on this channel about letting go and living life authentic and moving forward and being progressive and not allowing people to do all these things to us. But I'm really on this kick right now of really focusing on you holding you back. And what I mean by that is that it's so much in our DNA that we explain to people why we are moving the way we're moving, or we explain to people that we're no longer who we are, right? Half of what we try to do tends to be a kind of like a I told you so, or I'm a show them type mentality. It's really not about them. When it's all said and done, when you really understand it, it has nothing to do with anyone ever really validating you, because at any point you have to understand that if they take that away, if they put you in your mind in a position of you needing to continuously prove something to others, then you miss the boat. And you miss the idea that your understanding of you means that only you know what you've gone through. Only you know what your dreams are. Only you know what paths you've had to take or not take, or your struggles or your passions or what's exciting for you or any of those things. Only you actually know that. So when you start to really comprehend that, unless you're in a position that you feel as if you owe someone some sense of explanation and you want to break down all those things, there's really no way of explaining to anyone on any particular level where you are or why you are there. Meaning, people can look at me right now and say, there's a lot of great things going on for you right now, Percita. And, you are completely winning and da-da-da-da-da. And I won't even say that that's not the case. What I will say is, how many people really understand what it took for the last 47 years to get to this place, or the pain and the anguish of what it took to get to this place? I can't even expect them to understand it, because they only can see me, those people who would be giving me that accolade, in the light that I am right now. The few people who have known me and what would be, considered, the last 20 years may say something nice. Typically not. Typically, those are the people who typically want to hold you to whatever it is that they're comfortable with. So then even in that, the people who are giving you accolade are the people that are in your present, and the people who are holding you back, this past thing we're talking about, let's say are within the last 20 years. You're not really even paying attention to the progression and the accolade you're getting that you need to move to the next level, because you're still trying to drag the understanding of the others in your past to believe that you're different. What if I told you that it's not about either party? It's about, what do you understand about the scenario, the last 20 years, where you currently are? If this is the ending for you, are you going to go further? That matters. I am always going to tell you and push in this scenario of growth. I'm always going to tell you that it is easy for you to fall in love with a rich person just as well it is to fall in love with a poor person. And when I say that, people actually only focus on the money aspect of it. But if you really catch what I'm trying to say, it's a choice. So you can never, ever say to yourself that it can only be one way. It's just as easy to go left as it is to go right. Everything in life is free will. Everything in life is a belief of something. So you have to believe that you are in a deserving place in order to get over the hump of giving a frickety frat about what people think about your past, or trying to literally let people stroke your ego in your present. Because again, they both have their own perspective, but only you understand what it's taken to get to this point and what it will take to sustain this point and take you to the next level. And I say it that way because so many of us get stuck. We either get stuck in our past or we get stuck in our present, because you can't see beyond what it is that people are ingesting in you. You want to keep yourself in a position of continuously pushing. I don't mean to not be comfortable where you are and understand where you are. I mean, understand that if that's not the end for you, that it is no one's business to make you feel as if, you should just be happy where you are. Well, Percita, you're winning, right? That's the example. Percita, you're winning now. What else do you want? You're doing so many things. It's none of your business. Be perfectly honest. I'm notorious to tell people, really mind your whole business and stay all the way out of mine. Because if you don't understand it, I'm not really here for the explanational place in your life. I feel different. I feel as if my friends are wanting to do what they want to do, or even if my colleagues want to do something that they want to do, I've gotten out of that space of trying to comprehend why they want to do it, if they should, can they afford it, what it really means. It's like, hey, it's taken me enough time in my day to figure my understanding out. So I need to know that I am focusing on my self-belief. And in focusing on my self-belief, I can't really get caught up on all of the intake. But I'm telling you from a real place, it is super duper easy for you to fall susceptible to forgetting what you understand about yourself and only then focusing on what other people's intake is, because that is how our society is set up. We have always been told that in order to win, you have to win outwardly. You have to have the acknowledgement from others that you're winning. And don't get me wrong, there is nothing wrong with that. And that is absolutely a part of winning. But the other part of winning is to understand your belief system within yourself and knowing that you can give yourself accolade the entire time. And you can also give yourself the moment of feeling like, hey, you're not really as far as you want to be because you remember where you used to be, and you can balance your past with your present going towards your future instead of being in a place of letting your past pull you back and make you feel as if, you haven't done anything, or you're embarrassed if someone finds out, or you don't know how you would really explain yourself to others if your past came out, and would they believe you anymore? It's like, let's be real. Everyone has a past. Even the people who swear, no, girl, I've never done nothing. But everybody has a past. Everyone has something that they are not that keen on it being in public. Even people like myself who will tell you dead to your face, there's nothing I've ever done that you're going to use against me to stop me from progressing. Are there things in my past that I would be embarrassed about? Absolutely. But as I just said to you, I'm going to look you dead in the face and go, how dare you ever try to put me down about my past when I'm absolutely sure that there's something in yours that if I was to recite back to you, you wouldn't be comfortable with. So when you start to see it that way, then you can see why I'm saying it's really more important for you to understand, excuse me, what it takes for you to believe in you, and strictly you. Strictly you. Meaning, I have a husband, I have children, I have great friends, fantastic family, but when it's all said and done, what I believe about me is more important to me than what anyone else believes about me. And then I've noticed that when I take that approach, whatever I'm then believing about myself, I exude. My words and my actions line up. Therefore, the manipulation isn't as extensive, and I'm not in a position where I feel as if I'm doing things just to prove a point. At this stage of life, for me, I'm doing it because I want to do it. Be it good, be it bad, be it understandable, be it realistic, be it futuristic, I'm doing it. I love to hear people say I'm living my best life. I feel like I'm living my best life. I feel like my best life hasn't even gotten here. I'm just living. The best life, I don't know how we would say that without understanding that if you're living your best life, then there's really nothing to talk about. It's just your lifestyle, right? So then I would just say that I'm just living in my lifestyle. And I'm doing it effortlessly because I'm making it effortless, not because it's effortless. I'm making it that way, meaning the things that I want to do require work. They require consistency. They require dedication. But in the exact same breath, they also require a belief system of understanding that you have to move in a phase of your life that aligns with time and effort and opportunity and all those things. And you understand they roll like mountains. Some are up, some are down. You don't really know, but you're kind of in an easy place because you still understand that you've overcome so much. So before you can really get down about something in your present not happening, you can think about your past and go, you know what? I'm still shocked I'm here. So before I'm going to flip out, I'm going to have the same belief in myself that I can get past it based on that. So, some may call it a faith walk. Some may call it meditation. Some may call it manifestation. I've heard many different words for all the exact same definition. It's self-belief. It's understanding that if you believe in God, then God lives within you, right? So that would still be where that connection is. If you believe in manifestation, you would have to believe that you deserve it, which would then still come from self. So there's no way around getting around self. There's no way around being in a position of understanding that it's all based on you. Your past can only hold you up if you particularly allow it to hold you up. No one can use your past against you. Only you can use your past against you. And that would be ridiculous because, like I said, it's the past. So if you've already executed and gotten beyond it, why focus on that? You cannot drive your car looking in the rearview mirror. And life is the exact same way. You cannot drive forward. Drive means forward. And be trying to literally look in reverse to get there. You have to let it go. If there are people in your circle that do not allow you to do that, let them go. I don't care if it's your mother, your sister, your aunt, let them go. Because there's nothing about that situation that's going to be productive. Typically, people put their fears on you. So whatever that didn't work for them, or whatever they didn't have the opportunity to do, or didn't create an opportunity to do, they will put that on you. And you have to be conscious of that and not really fall susceptible to someone trying to say that, look, believe me, I know because I've been where you've been. Whenever I hear someone say that, I kind of giggle because I actually know that they've never been where I've been. because I've already exceeded where the average person, particularly in my family, would say that they've been. I've already exceeded it. And that has nothing to do with disrespect. That's just fact. Has nothing to do with age. It's just fact. So if that be true, then you would have to know that where I'm going is never going to be an example based on what my family life has been or my direct relative has been. Have I seen people who have gone through what I've gone through? No. Even outside of my family. And what I mean by that is that I've seen examples, but they weren't my example. They weren't specifically driven to me. There was a derivative of it, right? There was something about it that was similar, but it was not the exact same thing, because we are all designated to be unique. And if we really understand that, then even when we're being given advice, you still have to understand that there's only so much advice you can get. There's only so many things that I can say to you in this video that will relate to you. You're still going to proprietarily have your own personal experience. And with that being said, you'd have to know where to cut off even your advice that comes from people, because there has to be a sense of self-belief in order to execute whatever you're trying to do, including letting your past go. So I just wanted to come and talk to you about that. I could go on and on and on, and I could give you a plethora of examples. But the truth is that I really want you to understand that it is not anyone's position to ever make you feel as if your past is going to hold you back, or what you've done is going to put you in a position where you cannot achieve your goals. Whatever is in your heart, whatever you are desiring, you are supposed to achieve. Believe me when I say it, that is fact. Whatever is in your heart was not something you put there. That was something that was divinely placed within your spirit. And you have to understand that when you're thinking of things you've never experienced, you've never been around, you've never actually seen happen, then you need to understand that there has to be a divinity in that. There has to be something spiritual that comes from that to give you that. Because if you've never had it, how would you know that you want it? And on that note, I'm going to leave you and say, no matter what, always remember to live life authentic. It's going to hurt. It's going to be difficult. People will not understand. Believe in you no matter what, and live life authentic. Thank you so much for joining me. I greatly appreciate you. I will see you Thursday. I hope you continue to be blessed and have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.